All because a plate wasn't washed clean enough. Her husband picked up the high heels she had bought and decided to play a game with her. He didn't stop until she let out a scream of pain. That night, while eating the hand-eaten rice she prepared, he accidentally bit down on a small stone. The wife froze, then trembling, reached out to take it from his mouth, but he refused. Without warning, he grabbed her by the throat. The cries from upstairs left the beauty salon owner downstairs chilled to the bone. The next day, when her mother saw the bruises on her daughter's neck, her heart ached as if cut by a knife. She warned her daughter that she must fight back, or he would kill her. Terrified, the woman decided to take matters into her own hands. While making dinner that evening, she took 2 pills, crushed them into powder, and stirred it into the chicken curry. Then she waited quietly for her husband to return. As soon as he stepped inside, he closed the curtains. "Something smells good," he said. She didn't detect the shift in his tone, but when he insisted she taste the food from the pot herself, she nervously claimed she was already full. It wasn't until he grabbed her by the neck and forced her face toward the boiling pot that she realized he had known all along. The woman made breakfast for her husband as usual. The man thought she had forgiven what happened the night before, but she refused his hug and walked into the bedroom without a word. The man tried patiently to coax his wife, but soon grew impatient, grabbed his breakfast, and left. Frustrated, with nowhere to direct his anger, the woman broke down. She smashed a plate forcefully. For the first time, she began to consider her mother's advice, even entertaining the thought of killing her husband. Her mother encouraged her to act quickly, insisting it was the only way to break free. But as soon as she hung up, the police called. For a moment, the mother feared they had been overheard. Both women were panicked and speechless. It turned out a neighbor had reported the domestic violence. This time, the woman didn't defend her husband. Even hearing he could face 3 years in prison, she insisted on pressing charges.
मेरे खिलाफ कंप्लेंट करेगी बच्चों चल पुलिस स्टेशन में कान के नीचे बचाओ क्या चल बाहर चल But things took an unexpected turn later. Before leaving, the woman insisted on saying goodbye to him. Seizing the chance, he showered her with sweet words, professing his love, even crying and begging for forgiveness. Then he suggested they have a child, a wish she had held for 3 years. Her resolve softened. She withdrew the charges. That decision would ultimately bring tragedy to her mother. The man punched his mother-in-law in the face, then mocked her angry expression, even scratching her face recklessly, all while ignoring his wife standing right beside them. Unable to take any more, the older woman grabbed her son-in-law's arm. He responded with another punch. Blood streamed from her nose. The elderly lady told the driver to stop the car. She gave her daughter an ultimatum as she chased after her.
आज फैसला कर या तो वो या मैं
But the daughter chose the jerk who had been abusing her for 3 years. That choice would drag her deeper into hell. That day, the woman decorated the room and prepared a cake. She was finally pregnant. When her husband found out, he swore he would stop drinking. In the days that followed, the woman lost herself in the joy of expecting a child. Meanwhile, her husband was quietly asking around, trying to find out who had reported him to the police for domestic violence. A detective's glance was all it took for the man to realize. It was the young neighbor who had turned him in. He went to threaten him first, then headed home to discipline his wife. Hearing her husband's footsteps outside and a warning call from the neighbor, the woman was terrified. She rushed to bolt the door. The next moment, the man slammed the door open. He stormed in, searching everywhere for his wife. When he saw the call record, he knew they had been in contact. His rage peaked. Finally, he found her in the bathroom. The man didn't care that his wife was pregnant. He slapped her so hard she fell to the floor. Wanting to protect her child, the woman yanked the clothes out from under his feet, making him lose his balance and fall. But the pain only fueled his rage. He pushed her out of the room and dragged her toward the stairwell. Terrified, she swore she would never speak to the neighbor again. But the man wouldn't listen. He forced her closer to the edge, then suddenly let go. She tumbled down the stairs. She woke up in the hospital and was told she had lost the baby. Overwhelming grief washed over her. She could almost hear her heart breaking. The woman broke down sobbing. She didn't know how long she cried until a thought emerged. Weak and unsteady, she got out of bed and walked to the window. The cold wind bit into her. She thought about ending it all, but at the very last moment, she stopped. Hatred began to replace the despair. Suddenly, she understood. It was never her who deserved to die. The woman finished her makeup, pulled her hair into a high ponytail, and slipped into the high heels her husband used to wear while gaming. She sat quietly on the table, waiting for her husband to wake from the sleeping pills. When he finally stirred, he found himself tied up. As usual, he barked at his wife to untie him, but this time, she didn't obey. Instead, she showed him her battle attire, gently lifted her ponytail,
आपको पूनी पसंद नहीं है ना इसलिए बांधा है
then took his hand and began playing the same game he used to play with her. The man writhed in agony, knocking over a glass in his struggle. Downstairs, the landlady heard the noise and sighed, assuming it was just another domestic dispute. But nothing could erase the hatred burning in the woman's heart. She tortured her husband relentlessly. By the next night, the man, worn down by his wife's furious grief, was completely broken. She considered every possible way to kill him, only to dismiss each one. How could she rid herself of this monster and still walk away unscathed? Then, an idea flashed through her mind. The woman forced a bottle of liquor down the man's throat and dragged him up to the rooftop, intending to push him off and end it all. But a faint unease grew inside her. She'd heard he had agreed to record a video promising to divorce her, return to his hometown, and never bother her again. That video became her reassurance. She called off the plan. Then the man's mother-in-law knocked him out cold. Mother and daughter had never been more in sync. In the empty train station late at night, the woman unfolded a blanket. The unconscious man rolled onto the tracks. She tucked a phone into his pocket, smoothed his shirt one last time, then woke him up. A train was approaching in the distance. Fully conscious now, the man felt the terror of death all over again. He begged his wife desperately. Just as revenge was within reach, the woman hesitated. Ignoring her mother's protests, she asked a young neighbor to quickly untie her husband. Her mother thought she was jumping back into a toxic relationship, but the woman said she only wanted her dignity back. She finally convinced the old lady. In the last moments before the train arrived, they pulled the man to safety. After all this, the woman had truly let go of the hatred and him. But the man, once saved, hadn't changed a bit. He swore he would make her pay.
मैं बताता हूँ छोड़ता मैं नहीं छोड़ेगा मैं नहीं छोड़ेगा मैं बताएगा कैसे बदला लेते हैं सब धीरे धीरे नहीं मारूंगा एक शॉट में जैसे तेरी बेटी को मारा था ना सिम टू सिम क्या
Then a train whistle sounded. The train rushed past. The man was gone. Because of that recorded video, the police ruled his death a suicide. This time, the woman was truly free.